Welcome to our Let's Talk Data podcast series. My name is Angela Harvey, and I'll be your host today. Today, experts from IBM are going to share how they leverage the SAP Business Technology Platform to build intelligent workflow solutions for industrial manufacturers. Please subscribe to our podcast on Apple or wherever you listen to your podcasts. So to kick off today's session, Vishal, do you want to kick it off and give a quick introduction of yourself to the audience?
Hey, thank you, Angela. A very good morning to everyone. My name is Vishal Chaturvedi. I'm based in Germany and part of the global industry team from IBM. And I lead industrial machinery and components sub-segment within my team. Since more than 2 years, I have been working together with SAP and industrial manufacturing clients under the SAP and IBM evolution collaboration to build key industry capabilities with what we call as intelligent workflows for industrial manufacturing. And I'm very happy to be part of this podcast together with you and Parsun.
Fantastic. Thanks for being here today, Vishal, and Parsun for joining us. Do you mind giving a quick introduction of yourself, Parsun?
Absolutely, Angela. Good morning. So my name is Parsun Dutta. I lead SAP practice for IBM Client Innovation Center based out of India. And I have a second role. I also globally lead data to value workstream of IBM and SAP's evolution partnership, and closely working with SAP and our hyperscaler partner to co-innovate intelligent workflow solution. But just Vishal mentioned on SAP Business Technology Platform. It is my 24th year in consulting domain. And now I'm guiding our clients to adopt intelligent enterprise underpinned by data and AI on hybrid multi-cloud.
Fantastic. Thanks, Parsun. So, with a 24-year legacy, I'm sure that you've seen a lot of change. But Vishal, I know in particular, the last 2 years have been a very tumultuous time. What sort of trends are you seeing bubble up as the most significant business drivers of transformation when you're working with industrial manufacturing customers?
Yeah, right, Angela. So I think even before the pandemic hit, industrial manufacturers were driven by declining margins and under pressure to transform. For example, moving from selling products to selling solutions. And this requires new approaches for designing the solutions, interacting with the customers, the way manufacturing is being done, and aftermarket services being handled. Now, pandemic has hit another level of disruption in demand, supply, and the operations, and requires more process agility and flexibility to predict and respond. So I would say some of the key trends as the transformation drivers we clearly observe, I'll share some examples, can be increasing demand for differentiated and personalized customer experience in remote and virtual environment now. Then increasing focus and competition around aftermarket services, leveraging power of data which is available to makers and operators with emerging technologies like AI, IoT, and automation. Then shift from selling products to selling solutions, shifts from CapEx to OpEx with increasing price pressures. New business models. So, for example, outcome-based services. Many startups are coming up which are offering way more competitive services to the clients, which is linked to the outcome rather than the products. And this is requiring a trend which is building up where ecosystem plays are happening between the makers of the equipment and the operators and the technology partners like us and financing partners, which come together to make such a unique offering. And then, for example, increased focus towards health and safety in the manufacturing domain. So these are some of the key trends. There are many more, but these are driving multiple transformations in the entire value chain, I would say.
No, that's really helpful background, Vishal. And it's interesting how some of those trends transpose industries. Even on the software side, we certainly see the demand for more tailored solutions versus products specifically. So it's interesting to see our manufacturing colleagues are looking for the same. Parsun, what are the implications? Vishal touched on them, but from a technology perspective, what are the implications of some of these business drivers and this demand for more personalization and better health and safety?
Yeah, we just recently concluded our CEO study, right? And clearly it outlined that COVID-19 has completely changed the way they look at their future. And technology, you just mentioned technology perspective, and it is technology is not just a tool anymore.
Mhm.
It's going to be most important external factor to impact their enterprise for next couple of years to deliver digital reinvention. If I talk about all the exponential technologies like 5G, cloud computing, AI, IoT are going to be adopted at scale to resolve multidimensional business problem, which Vishal just outlined, to driving greater values. Especially, we know hybrid workplace is going to stay for at least few years now. So in this scenario or in this environment, real-time accessibility to trusted high-quality data going to be absolute game changer for our client. Whenever I talk to our CIOs, they are aspiring to build a much more standardized and simplified linear solution, coupled with best-of-breed cloud application, industry data lake, open platform to innovate through exponential technology that will eventually deliver all the business imperative for them.
Yeah, and I love, Parsun, how you kind of talked about it coming back to quality data. I mean, it sometimes seems overwhelming when we look at all of the different data sources and adapting technologies like 5G and IoT. You know, we've got more data coming from more places at us faster. When you're working with clients, I mean, and I'd like to hear both of your perspectives on this, like what strategies should they consider when looking at these type of transformations from a technical and a business perspective? Like, how do you even get started?
Right. So I would like to pick up one of the statements what Prasoon just mentioned. When he said CIOs are aspiring to build a much more standardized and simplified lean ERP solution. One of the key strategies, I think, apart from the other ones, is to actually define a resilient enterprise structure to support now the fluctuating business dynamics and growth. And this architecture needs to be decoupled architecture, not a monolithic architecture, which allows interplay of multiple applications working together with a core ERP solution, which must be kept clean and standardized. And at the same time, it allows best of breed applications with a layer of embedded intelligence, automation, and all the exponential technologies to make that whole end-to-end process work in a futuristic way. So I think that is one of the key points or key strategies to define this resilient enterprise structure. Apart from that, I think the collaboration of technology players, industrial manufacturers, and system integrators to define this entire process, which is ready to consume, the collaboration between the three to define such a futuristic process is important. And then, of course, defining these end-to-end process more from the angle which we picked up together with SAP by addressing the key gaps in the industry or key capabilities which are needed, which we mentioned before. And yeah, of course, there is a more importance of security because more and more IT and OT integration is coming, and leverage the embedded intelligence and automation in all these processes to drive the efficiencies. So I think some of these key strategies are fundamental, which will end up in the transformations from.
And if I think more from a technology perspective, and when I discuss with my client, and most of them like to adopt an approach that provides the needed flexibility to them to adapt over time. And now with this modern way of delivering thing, bringing DevOps, DevSecOps, or agile development, we can quickly build a bite-sized pieces. So they don't need to wait for a very long time. So they can build it in a smaller pieces and then use the open system approach to continuously benefit from new innovation, embed AI into process to deliver and apply insight. And then all of their repetitive tasks, now we are leveraging the IT automation that tremendously reduce and bring the operational efficiency into their entire business process.
No, that's fantastic. And I know it's something that anyone that works with SAP will have heard before, this concept of, keeping the core clean. And the more I learn about it, the more I hear about the adjacent benefits Parsun, like you talked about, this ability to do agile development and not necessarily be constrained to, the upgrade of your ERP or worry about upturning things. So how has IBM leveraged the business technology platform to address some of these concepts with your customers?
So from SAP Business Technology Platform perspective, I always recommend my client that you select it to build your industry cloud solution because I believe it seamlessly provide the access to data not only to SAP, right? So all other structured, unstructured data. So my client can leverage their existing investment and they can really unlock the value and power of data. If I just give one example, recently I was discussing with the chief data officer of a large electronics manufacturing company, and they have 20 different applications which was in their initial scope, and it was very varied type of application, right? Some of them are on-premise, some of them are on private cloud, SaaS application. Even they started deploying S/4HANA Cloud Extended Edition as their new ERP solution. So we are leveraging SAP Data Warehouse Cloud and SAP Analytics Cloud solution to build their unified data platform to access real-time data for various decision-making, boardroom discussion. And also we are building a foundation for the future where they can build all the AI machine learning use cases using the SAP Data Intelligence platform. So they will get the current entire cloud native data warehouse solution, the entire visualization on SAP Analytics Cloud, and all the AI ML solution will be done through SAP Data Intelligence.
That's fantastic. And I love how you've taken this modular approach, but still built an end-to-end solution. I know that you've built intelligent workflows for the manufacturing sector. Vishal, Parsun, could we explore one of those solutions, like lead to order? And what does that mean, like breaking down the different components?
This solution that SAP and IBM has collaborated to design and build, and it is built on the back of multiple requirements or key capabilities which we have gathered from clients. These are end-to-end intelligent workflows which are built on multiple SAP applications, functions, and with embedded intelligence and automation, addressing the key capabilities. Now, one of them is lead to order, and the others are like plan to manufacture, order to cash, maintain to resolve. And I'll speak about lead to order in a bit, but I just wanted to say that this is built on the futuristic platform architecture that we talked about, which allows the decoupling and interplay of multiple applications with BTP layer as the process orchestration layer, which allows the process visibility and control, and hence KPI improvements for the end-to-end process. Now, for example, if I speak about the lead to order intelligent workflow, this starts with capturing the lead, for example, in a Facebook channel or a Twilio, and then it converts into an opportunity which is scored by calling AI services on SAP Cloud Platform to generate opportunity scoring, and which converts into a quotation, which is calling a cognitive pricing engine, which is also using an IBM proprietary algorithm. So some partner solutions are also built into this entire solution, some of the IBM technologies, and which generates an intelligent quote, which goes to the customer, and then it connects the SAP CPQ engine, it connects the SAP CPS engine to S4 to allow the customer to see the quotation with the intelligent pricing, also to have a self-service mechanism to configure the entire product, and then complete the loop by capturing customer experience in Qualtrics, which is another application, and then using that feedback to improvise the next time quotation or to negotiate with the customer. And all these steps are not built with the old architecture of point-to-point interfaces. Rather, they are built on a modular architecture where BTP layer is being connected and looking at each and every step in this process and giving the visibility of every step in the process. And you can pull out the KPIs. For example, what is the lead time? What has been my performance of converting a lead into opportunity or opportunity into order through multiple applications? And I can trigger automations, I can trigger checks and balances based on how my KPIs are performing through this process orchestration layer. So yeah, that's a high level view of how a lead to order intelligent workflow is designed.
Yeah, if I just add on top of Vishal, when Vishal, myself, and our team was doing the design thinking about how we'll build this solution, so it is kind of modular and also scalable. And here we need to get the data from multiple sources, as Vishal outlined. A lot of them are SAP sources, some of them are social media, unstructured data. And finally, we need to build this whole intelligence into the solution, bringing power of IBM machine learning algorithm. So how we'll build it? And here we really unlock the power of every aspect of SAP Business Technology Platform. So entire integration from the different data sources, we have done it through data intelligence. Then we stored the data into HANA Cloud, and then entire visualization happen on SAP Analytics platform. So all the KPI scoring, you can get it at your fingertip, and all the AI algorithm and pipeline, we build it on the SAP data intelligence. And now this solution is very, very scalable and modular. So if I like to change a particular data source and I want to move into, let's say, Salesforce, for example, I want to integrate Salesforce, I can very easily plug and play that solution using data intelligence, and the data will become into my HANA cloud, and the rest of the thing will remain unchanged. So in that way, it becomes very, very portable solution, and we can deploy it from day one in our client.
Right. And just to complement on one of the points when we talked about deploying this solution or using this solution in small bit-sized pieces, I just wanted to say that also from a financial perspective, we have designed it, or this is one of the key strategies which is important to have this solution available as a more subscription or ready to consume or OPEX model rather than having it to buy it in a big piece.
So how do companies get started on this transformation? Should they schedule a lot of time? Should they wait? How long does it take? Where do they start?
So I will always suggest that begin by prioritizing a portion of your business you like to redefine. And then we use IBM Garage approach. We convene business and IT leaders of our client organization, along with experts from IBM and SAP to co-create a vision. Then we determine what is the most priority and most important item, and then apply the predefined workflows, as Vishal just mentioned. And then we follow the agile principle. In few sprint, we build our first minimum viable product, and it can be achieved in just a matter of few weeks. And then we can hand it over to real business user to test the business fitment. And once that is done, we can expand it into scale in an iterative way using DevSecOps fashion. So it's not a very long time, really, right? The erstwhile we used to take a year to get the result. Now it is within a few weeks or month, we able to demonstrate the real value of the solution to the business user.
Right. So yeah, I think very well said, Prasoon. And I would only add to that by saying that we are highly recommending the clients to start moving very fast on this and start small with this rapid discovery and vision kind of approach which Garage brings to the table. Because we have this solution which is pre-configured, and we kind of make it very easy for the clients to envision their future and then start tailoring the way they need to see their own transformation. Because the competition is moving pretty fast. There are statistics, I don't exactly remember, but we have many leaders in the service industry which are shifting towards more service transformation and already gaining more and more revenues while they are shifting more of their business towards services. So yeah, I think just that message I would leave on the table.
No, absolutely. And I guess there's no risk in starting quickly if you can start in a very modular way and scale from there. So you can see immediate value. That makes a lot of sense, Vishal. What's next on the horizon for intelligent workflows?
So if I see, the sustainability is the next big consideration in the mind of most of our clients, especially when I see the increasing demand on disclosure reporting regulation in Europe and evolving need for declaring sustainability footprint across the globe. Setting up sustainable enterprise is on top agenda for most of my clients. We are working very closely with SAP on Climate 21 initiative and building various solutions on green future. And we are also embedding IBM Watson, AI, blockchain into SAP suite of application. So we will really like to synergize the strength of both this company to bring the best solution and the intelligent workflow for our clients.
Right. And as we speak, I think Prasoon already kind of mentioned it. We are working towards the next set of intelligent workflows apart from lead to order and aftermarket and plan to manufacture. The next set is focused on building cases around sustainability, which is around, for example, carbon metrics through design to operate process or efficient operations and supply chain control tower. Which with the new dimensions of sustainability, recyclability, etc. So yeah, we are looking forward for having this solution drive the sail towards the right transformation.
Fantastic. Definitely a worthy endeavor. Well, I wanted to thank all of our listeners for listening to the podcast. If you enjoyed, please listen to podcast 34, where another SAP partner, Big ID, discusses attention in data. Thanks for listening, and thanks Prasoon and Vishal for your time.
Thanks, Angela. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Angela. Have a nice day.